Internal Affairs, 1990. Richard Gere, Andy Garcia, the chick from So I Married an Axe Murderer, the janitor from Breakfast Club. Cool crime. We got a cool criminal this time. We got Richard Gere. He's a dirty cop, but Andy Garcia's on the case.
You know who did have an internal affair was that gerbil.
Yeah,
Oh.
is that a myth or what? Is
He had
that
that was
that's
a
lore?
very internal affair.
Well, it's like, what could that even do to
Yeah.
you?
And who well, it tickles
Make
your
you come.
tickles your asshole, obviously. But I guess how did they have, does someone have like first hand account of that? That's got to be a rumor or a
No,
old
William
wives'
said that
tale.
Sylvester Stallone. It was a rumor that Sylvester Stallone.
Someone did that, like agent, like they faxed it. Because look, a gerbil in your asshole would tear you up. It's not a thing. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I always seemed like it was too scratchy,
Yeah, yeah.
but I never did it. So,
People are into freaky stuff,
but yeah, there's no gerbil in this movie.
Ah, all right.
Unfortunately,
What are you gonna
that'd have
do?
been a cool scene.
If he stuck a gerbil up his ass, that would actually be more normal than his behavior in the movie.
He does some wild shit in this.
Richard Gere is the ultimate bad cop. His name is what? Dennis Peck.
Dennis Peck,
That's a bad
like a
motherfucker's name.
Peckerwood.
Yeah, and Dennis is the baddest name I've ever heard.
Dennis the Menace. Now he pecks
Exactly.
you. He'll peck you to death. But what he does, he has 3 ex-wives and a current wife. His current wife is Annabella Sciorra. And then his ex-wife is in the kitchen and he gives her a kiss on the lips. And then she's like, I have a date tonight. He's like, you have a date with who? My ex-wife has a date?
I
You know
thought
who
the
that chick
I thought
was?
the Latino girl was his current wife. No?
Yeah, Annabelle.
She's
No, she's
Italian.
Italian. At the Annabella Sciorra. She was Tony's girlfriend, the crazy girlfriend
I've
in
seen.
Sopranos.
Oh, I guess I'm just mixing up who they are in their pictures.
She had the London broil. Now the ex-wife has the red hair. That's Lauren Michaels' ex-wife.
Oh.
And I guess she was an actress or something. Now, there's other characters. We got William Baldwin, and he has a wife, a blonde chick that also Richard Gere is banging on the side.
I'd say she's a redhead, but that's all right.
She's a redhead. That woman, guess who she was married to?
What does it start with?
He was on a little TV show called Seventh Heaven.
The guy who's got a pedophile thing, who did the pedophile thing?
The coach?
The pedophile husband from Seventh Heaven. I can't remember his name right now.
I don't know if
But
he's a pedophile, but he did a pedophile thing. So,
well, generally that's what pedophiles do.
I'm just saying, when you're a writer, you write, you're only a writer when you're actually writing. Otherwise so we don't need to split hairs about pedophiles.
That's true. That's fine. They're all bad.
Hold on.
Yeah,
He was in marriage counseling and he confessed that he had inclinations for children.
Damn.
I believe that was the story.
Right, fellas?
That sucks. What about confidentiality?
Yeah. Confidentiality doesn't work when it's illegal. That's the one rub of therapy.
Well, just having the thoughts is not illegal.
So you got to talk to your lawyer as your therapist? Is that what you're telling me? If you were a pedophile, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what is it? You can't have the thought. Well, now we're policing thoughts.
Yeah.
This is George Orwell shit.
What are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Just bottle it up until it explodes all over a little kid?
Excuse me? Oh yeah.
They got no one to talk
literally
to.
explodes all over.
They can't like therapy out to anything.
When you say bottle it up, you mean this? You mean sperm?
Well, I think you bring up a good point. Like you can talk, like they go to therapy. Pedophiles, they have in prison and stuff. So he must have said like I did something, like I touched someone.
Right. Yeah. They wouldn't like spill that.
But he was never arrested. Who knows? Whatever. Hey, she's in the movie.
Allegedly.
Billy Baldwin plays a dirty cop. He's doing coke.
But do you think Richard Gere was fucking his wife the whole time, or just when she moved in with him?
No, the whole time.
Whoa, that's why she called him on the phone. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
and that's why Billy Baldwin was like smacking her around, right?
Yeah.
Yes. See, because she worked at the credit union that gave him all the loans for his multiple homes. That's a big part of his scam. He has like $2 million in real estate with his three ex-wives. And when you get a mortgage, you have to prove your income. All his income is illegal. She has to approve it, whether the papers are fake or whatever. So he has a whole system worked out of bitches.
When I was doing loans, subprime loans, there's actually two ways of income. It's either documented or stated income. Either you actually show paperwork and show how much you made, or you just say, I make this much. Obviously, the people that just use stated income get shittier interest rates, but you don't always have to show what you're worth. I don't know what happened in this movie. This was a scam. I just wanted to share my personal information on that.
Did you fuck a lady at the credit union, Mike?
I did not. I did sell.
Did anyone fuck you?
I did sell a lot of ecstasy that they would do there. I had the one loan that I did sell, like I was telling William, the client said they wanted to take 50,000 out of their house and refinance because they're better with cash in hand, and they wanted to buy an Escalade. So those people definitely lost their house. But whatever. They asked for it.
No, they asked for $50,000.
Yeah, I mean, I don't work at a bank. I work at a mortgage company. Refinance.
Just give it to them.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Big deal.
I think now they say that everybody has good credit or good loans, but I guess they might lose their jobs. So that's like the risk.
There's no subprime mortgage market anymore. It's totally done. You have to have prime credit to get a mortgage.
Prime is about your credit, huh?
Yes.
Prime is Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Hook me up, Mr. Bezos. Now, this movie, there's a lot of passion in this movie. There's a lot of slapping, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming 6 inches away from a person's face,
and then kissing,
then fucking on the floor.
This is the life of a regular cop. It's full of passion.
A beat cop.
Yeah.
But no one is more passionate and no one is more beautiful than Laurie Metcalf as Andy Garcia's partner. One tough cookie.
I like her a lot in this movie.
She looked good in that blue dress.
I thought she was pretty attractive, and I found her quite magnetic.
Nice.
Her little outfits.
I'm attracted
with her
to these
pattern.
types of women, lesbians. Attracted to mean lesbians. Isn't she a lesbian? Is that
in the movie? She's supposed to be a lesbian, but she isn't like a butch character. No. She's not like a butch. She doesn't look like a lesbian. She looks like an aunt. Mike asked me if I would ever fuck Laurie Metcalf, and I had to really think about it for a long time. There's something very non-sexual about her.
She seems like a prude. She's very stuck up, very frigid.
And what was it? What is she? Aunt Jackie on Roseanne?
Yeah, Aunt Jackie.
Yeah. She's like, okay, yeah, I don't know. It's like, would I rather fuck Roseanne than Aunt Jackie?
Come on,
yeah, dude.
And her prime.
What is Roseanne's prime?
In her best years.
When Tom
National
was smashing.
Anthem?
Absolutely not.
Tom hit it at the peak.
Would I rather fuck Tom Arnold?
No,
dude.
That's scary.
John Goodman.
Imagine Tom Arnold sucking your dick. And
maybe
looking at you.
The clout from John Goodman might be worth it.
Yeah, because he's because of like all those beloved characters and stuff.
Yeah,
that he's played.
The coach from Revenge of the Nerds, his most beloved character.
You'd be like, "I fucked the coach from Revenge of the Nerds." They're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Fucking nerd. Just fuck. And then he just fucks me really hard.
I'd fuck him in his Walter costume from Big Lebowski.
And I'm dressed like Darth Vader.
And I'm dressed like Donnie.
Whoa.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, like the rape scene in Revenge of the Nerds.
Great scene. It's not a rape. He seduced her.
It was consensual.
Not to poke holes in masterpieces, but you see in that movie Revenge of the Nerds, she's dating Ted McGinley, and then Robert Carradine fucks her as Darth Vader. Like, I think their cocks would look different. I mean, their pubic hair would definitely be a different color. I feel like as an adult now that would really ruin the believability of that scene if you were to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, a lady can tell when a penis is different, right?
Who's the hottest lady in the movie? Tova, the Arrakis wife, or
Annabella Sciorra is pretty
in the bathtub?
pretty fine. Oh, and Nancy Travis is naked in this movie.
Nancy
Or
Travis from So I
topless.
Married an Axe Murderer and Duckman. Grady.
She's pretty beautiful.
Her
She kind
hair.
of I love her hair when it's up, and she's got a little bit of she's hot, but she like has like a little mustache.
Tova, they purposely made her look kind of busted, but now looking at her picture on IMDb, I think she's pretty hot.
What about the black prostitute that Richard Gere tried to fling onto Andy Garcia at the hamburger stand?
That was a man, right?
No,
You sure?
it's not a male prostitute. It
Uh,
wasn't a trans prostitute.
that's what it looked like to me until the second scene. There were what appeared to be breasts, but they can do them up so they look like breasts. But now looking in the IMDb, no, that's a woman, and man, I feel bad for her.
So you're not. That's not. She's kind of tall and skinny.
Yeah, she was, and she looks like a man. So that's another thing I don't like.
You gotta get into men, Mike.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If I turn out to be gay, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna tell you right now. 40 years wasted on women
Yeah.
There's no time like the present.
to work shit out.
Would you? What about Richard Gere? Could you handle? Could you go with that? You know,
He
a
was
passionate man
very
like that.
he was very handsome in this movie, and I could see why women are attracted and men want to be him because the acting, his ability was amazing, especially when he was acting, pretending to be upset as the cop. He was like acting as an actor in a movie, acting. That was amazing the way he did that.
That's a mind fuck.
It was so good. It was so good.
Now, some people consider him silly in the role.
Why?
Well,
Because he's a good guy.
he's not like tough. He doesn't seem like he has to be like the villain, and he's like handsome, so he's believably is fucking all these ladies. But is he like tough and uh rough enough as this like streetwise cop?
I think that just comes from him being small. He doesn't seem tough because he's clearly very short and tiny. I mean, I don't know what his exact measurements are, but he looks small.
Damn, how small was that gerbil, you think,
Yeah, pretty small.
compared to the buttholes?
Does Richard Gere play a bad guy in any other movie?
That's a great question. Blood Brother. Didn't that one you talked about where he puts the gun in his mouth? Brooklyn's Finest. Is he the good guy?
I actually said that it's the same as this movie, but it's actually the exact opposite.
He's
in
the Andy Garcia type, right?
Yes, he's like a good cop, and one of his underlings does something stupid, and he tells on him. He doesn't cover for him. He plays the opposite, which maybe that's what he's supposed to be more believable as.
It would
And
have
then
been cool.
he's a hero cop. He does a bunch of shit and
nice.
saves a bunch of people. So
It would have been cool if he put the gun in his butt in that movie to
Yeah.
make himself calm.
Didn't he play the Jackal? Or that's Bruce Willis.
no, that's Bruce Willis.
He's the bad guy in Unfaithful, that that Diane.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not the bad guy. He's the husband. He's like the
Oh yeah.
silly me.
He's
There's a
cuck.
handsome Italian guy who's the bad guy, or I don't. Maybe
Is it-
Diane Lane is the bad guy in that. She's the
He,
unfaithful one. Let's face it.
he didn't super pass as like super tough, but he did pass as just like deviant and like he played the bad guy so well. I mean, even better than Alonso in Training Day. I think he's way worse. I love it.
Yeah,
And that's
damn.
your favorite.
Yeah, he does like get into that like cartoonish villain territory that Alonzo does.
Yeah. Except he kills cops, which is cool. He mess instead of how Alonso just messed with Jake. He's got like he's got a whole racket going. It's great. He's got the SWAT. He's got everybody.
And that's kind of ballsy in this world of this movie, because the whole thing with this movie is that it's like like the internal affairs division or whatever is like
IAD.
super in like they take cop misconduct and shit like extremely seriously. The way you would assume that they would do that, but nobody actually. This is like like they're like grilling him all intensely about like shooting a black. Was the guy black who he shot? I don't remember, but it's like
Mexican.
everybody's acting like, "Oh my God, you shot a person!" And it's like they're acting like they're not. Cops are like not doing that a lot.
Yeah. And also, it really shouldn't be that they need their own special police force to police the cops. It should be like, district attorneys and yeah, but I guess you got to have like a policing arm. You got to have a policing arm to police the police. I guess it's the whole who watches the watchman debate.
The
So
other thing is IAD could just as easily be corrupt
yeah, that's so who's watching
because they have
them?
all the power. So they're like, hey, like
Why not leave
I'm
it
in
to the
charge.
FBI or something?
He should have been the IAD officer.
Be more
Does this exist in real life?
yeah.
Internal affairs. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My buddy who is a sheriff
They have
said
a
that when he
really
was
strong union, right? That's another thing.
for sure, for sure. My buddy said when he was in like the class for becoming a cop, that one of the internal affairs people came in like saying hello and introducing themselves and everything. And then when he left, the teacher of the class said that there are two paths you take. You either take that path or you take this path. And I thought that was very dramatic and
Now,
should be in a movie or something.
in this movie, they're like, Andy Garcia, you're doing this just for like a promotion. That's what they think. They're like, oh, this is a promotional thing. Like you get an IAD and that kind of like skips you up a level. And whereas Richard Gere's character, they call him a P2, which is what, a patrolman too. Like he's
a sergeant.
He just wants to like stay on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he's like a pimp.
I guess
He runs like a crew of cops who work at the Galleria. And then when he goes to the mall, the sleazy guy, Xander Berkeley, who's always the sleazy guy in all these movies, he's like, you talk to that Arrakis, and that's a guy who this guy wants to kill his own parent. He needs his parents killed, and so first they're openly talking about it at the mall with other cops listening, and then at the meeting, the guy's like, "Yeah, I want you to kill my mom and dad." And Richard Gere is like finger blasting his wife under the table. And
nice.
He's like, yeah, I can. And the guy's like, I can give you 15 grand. And he's like, oh, 15 grand. That's great. I'll get some gangbangers and they'll leave their credit card at the scene and then they'll rat you out the next day. So then he just like owns his ass. But I guess he does it. So I don't know how much money he ultimately got. And then later on, he's just banging the wife hard in the middle of the house. In a great scene.
Cool cop.
His scams are fast and loose, and I think it would all fall apart very quickly.
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna keep what is it, four women under wraps like that? Absolutely not.
Oh,
especially when they know you're cheating. No, that's not gonna work.
They're cool with it at first, but later on, it all falls apart.
Of course, it never works out.
Now, in the first scene, he also covers up for this one cop, Michael Beach. He shoots a guy who's unarmed in the back, and then Richard Gere plants a knife in his hand.
Which to point out that cop, after he started getting promotions, he still didn't rat on himself for killing that guy. So he's a very crooked cop, even all the way up to when he gets murked by the other crooked cops.
But then that Michael Beach guy picks up one of his whores.
Yeah. Oh, he rats on Peck being dirty because Peck punched him in the face, but he doesn't rat himself out for shooting that guy.
Well, yeah, but don't you like when Richard Gere is like, come on, let her go. That's my snitch. And then he kicks him he knees him in the balls, and then he's like, you still love me.
Yes,
and then the whore runs away.
That was awesome. And the other two cops are just like watching and they don't do jack shit. Yes, I love that.
That was cool.
This really is a role model for all men. Like, just be this guy. Like, if you can just act like this guy, you don't have to kill people.
Where does he fuck up? How does he fuck? He has such a great thing going on, but he fucks it up somehow.
He fucks up when he doesn't kill that second witness. When
he gets away, the guy gets away.
Yeah, that's when it all gets fucked up.
Yeah.
The William Baldwin shotgun blast to the chest in the van. Now, he didn't know they were there, right? Like at first I thought, oh, they're in on this. This is a hit. He set up a hit to kill.
Yeah, of course he did.
Okay, so he did, but he was just going to kill but how could he not know about the driver?
the guy driver's like hiding in the back or something. I don't know, but he talks to the dude in Spanish afterwards. Like, yeah, he
Now
totally set that up. And like
he set it up.
you also know he set it up because when he like hides around the corner of the van, you see him like kind of get out of the way to make sure he doesn't get shot. And
Right, of
how
course.
else did he know someone was in the van?
I thought it was weird he didn't see the driver, and it's also like he's doing the thing where he's hiring the gangbangers
Yeah.
to
Yes.
do the shitty job that he's like.
Then
Well, he should know better.
you just kill him and then you don't have to pay him. All the evidence is gone. This gangbanger tried to kill my cop partner, and then I killed him, and it's done. Everything's all wrapped up, done.
That would be a serious scandal that would probably embroil him for, if even if he got away with it, it would embroil him for like 5-6 years.
Sure.
Wait, why did he get Billy Baldwin killed though?
Because Billy Baldwin was gonna rat on him
For what?
for being crooked.
Oh, because he fucked his wife. Because he was fucking his
thing.
wife.
Yeah, the whole scam.
So he fucked up by fucking Billy Baldwin's wife, fucking another cop's wife. That's how we really fucked.
Yes, and also in the first half of the movie, they're focused on Billy Baldwin as being a dirty cop because he like beat up drug dealers and he had all these incidents that Andy Garcia and Laurie Metcalf knew about.
Man, that one scene at like this movie's really cooking, especially at the beginning. Like but when you first like see Billy Baldwin like at home or whatever, his like wife is scared and he's like twitching his fingers and he's like acting like he's gonna hit her, and then you're like, damn,
Who comes
and then
in?
he hits, yeah, and then you're like,
Who?
damn, this is crazy. That's Billy Baldwin, and then like who comes in is Elijah Wood as a child, and you're like, whoa,
With
shit,
one line
leave her alone.
in one scene.
And then after the scene after that, Billy Baldwin's trying to do coke, and then Richard Gere slaps it out of his thing, and then slaps him in the face a bunch.
He slaps him like 10 times.
It's like this shit is like delivering one great hit moment after another. Remember, then Richard Gere does that monologue where he's saying like he's talking about like how every cop like ends up with nothing because they're all like divorced and
They got a gun in their mouth like it's a kazoo.
no, he goes playing lollipop with a service revolver.
It almost happened to
I
Andy
thought he said
Garcia.
it. You got a gun in your mouth like a kazoo.
That's a cool
And
line. I
just-
don't know if he did, but that's cool.
Just to touch on what you said
We should say
there,
that.
he does specifically says they end up with a service revolver in their mouth. But what I noticed about these movies, first off, none of them carry revolvers. This is when we're starting to change over from cops carrying revolvers to cops carrying 9mm pistols, and this happened in the the late 80s, early 90s, which makes sense for the movies that.
Why did that happen?
So a revolver. Up until this point, people were carrying a revolver that shoots 357 Magnum or 38 Special. That's the general police sidearm that you carry. It holds 6 shots. Revolvers are extremely reliable. Every time you pull a trigger, it's going to shoot. But what happened was Beretta and Glock started coming out with very reliable automatic, semi-automatic pistols that are faster and can shoot more. You can hold 15,
More
20 rounds in the pistol. And it took a while before people were kind of used to seeing that and realizing that they're just as reliable and they're faster and it's got a bunch of other advantages. And this is when you started seeing more 9mm pistols carried. Now they don't really carry 9mm, but that's when when it first started, that's what they were doing. And I just noticed that. So
plus the gangs have more weapons.
Yeah.
The gangbangers.
I'm also not understanding why they weren't wearing bulletproof vests, which would stop a shotgun, but that's a whole nother thing. And Laurie Metcalf also gets shot without wearing a vest. I don't know what's going on there.
Nah, they don't need a vest. Yeah. It'll be fine.
They have bulletproof vests on? I thought cops are just fat.
Yeah, no.
They're all like rotund.
Sucks. Their belly sucks in the bullets, and then they bang them back out.
I thought they just eat a lot of Chipotle. Every time I go to fucking Chipotle, I see 2 cops.
Yeah. I think they even wear like plate. I think they wear like plate armor now, like the military wears, if I'm not mistaken. Because bulletproof vest only stops pistols and shotguns. It doesn't stop rifles.
There's so many AR-15s now. So.
Yeah.
It'd be really easy to go on a date with another cop if you were a cop. Because everybody would think you're like partners and stuff. But really, you're like
Partners.
Yeah, you're like,
Wink,
yes,
wink.
yes, Mike.
Have you ever seen the movie Partners with Ryan O'Neal and his partner's a gay cop played by John Hurt?
No,
Can't
is
say
it
that
a
I
lot of
have.
fun?
It's really bad, but it's kind of funny because it's a lot of gay hijinks.
Yeah, I love gay hijinks.
Yeah.
And Ryan O'Neal is undercover as a gay man.
Nice.
And he's like,
Speak-
I don't want being gay. I don't like being gay.
That sounds
And
like
John
a fun
Hurt-
movie.
And John Hurt's like, I'm sorry, I'm sad and gay.
Oh, he's sad and gay. That's a bummer.
It's a hell of a film. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, they were partners. There's a scene where Ryan O'Neal wears assless chaps, of course. That's a big thing, assless chaps. But
Yeah.
All gay guys wear assless chaps at some point. We know this.
Yes, the uniform of every gay man.
Leather hat, leather vest, leather chaps. So, I mean, come on. It's classic.
Why do they get to have all the fun? Right, fellas?
Yeah.
because there's no such thing as rape in their culture.
Oh yeah, if
It's
we
just
wore
like-
assless chaps, we'd get like fucking butt raped. And be like,
Well, if women
"I'm
wore
being
assless
raped."
chaps,
No, I meant us. But yeah,
You
that would
know?
have been cool. That'd be cool too. Of course, I'd like the women ladies to do that. But
women aren't attracted to our bodies; they're attracted to our passion, like Richard Gere. They like our white sneakers and our blue jeans.
Aviator sunglasses.
Yeah, you
Little
gotta
salt,
like.
little
You,
salt and pepper on top. Not totally white, but not totally black.
you also got to be around. You got to talk to them. You got to listen to them because Andy Garcia, he's working all the time. He comes home, dinner's on the table, no one's eating it. His wife's in the shower.
No one's eating their pussy.
You think he's gonna fuck her, but no, he doesn't. And then it
Tragedy.
turns out at work, she's talking to her friend about some sexual escapade with this like painter guy about his paintbrush and this and that. And then there's a little layered conversation with Andy Garcia and Nancy Travis about she's like, you're a pretty good painter when you want.
yeah,
He's like, maybe I need a new brush. She's like, you just gotta dip it.
Ooh, that was hot. That was extra hot.
they were just talking about painting, guys.
I was like, oh, he
So-
paints?
Yeah.
He's a cop artist. She does have a
What
gallery.
a catch. Yeah. He's a catch. That's what they were trying to tell us in that scene. Nancy Travis is, let's talk about her. Mike, you like her, right?
I do like So I Married an Axe Murderer. So
Love her in
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
She's great
yeah,
in it.
yeah. I guess I would say I like her.
She has a great, like, what is it? What do you feel like her thing is as an actor? That she can, like, hurt look or something like that? Or like pain?
Yeah, disheveled white woman look.
Like, yeah. But
Kind of like
Like
a
most
Naggy,
guys.
kind of like a
Karen,
nag.
like a Karen look, except not.
no, she's cool. I feel
Feathered
like
hair.
she seems cool. And but like hiding pain and stuff. Like, you could really, she like evokes a lot of guilt, I feel like, in her partners with the
Well,
kind of vibe that she
I don't pity women.
does. Yeah.
And-
Good. Hey,
in
man,
this
that's
movie,
cool.
Richard Gere calls her up and says, like, hey, like, I want to talk to you about your husband. Let's get lunch. Let's go out. And she does it behind Andy Garcia's back. And
Yeah,
Andy
why did she do
Garcia is
that?
pissed.
Yeah.
And then
He
you
should
see
be,
her.
rightfully so.
Then he sees her at a fancy restaurant with this painter guy played by the director, Mike Figgis.
Oh, I thought he
That's
was a
it.
cop too. Nah.
The guy with the curly hair.
That
Yeah,
guy was awesome.
I thought he was a cop in another scene, but I must have misunderstood. And he's big. But it
And-
makes more sense. She's at dinner with an artist, obviously.
And Richard Gere had said that he fucked her. You know what she liked? She liked it getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
And then he like threw the panties on him and like
Yeah.
beat him up.
Yeah.
Where did he get those panties though?
They're just any panties.
He just carries them
Well, no,
around.
later on she says those were my panties.
Yeah.
But they didn't
Yeah,
fuck,
she
right?
does say so. How did he get the panties?
I don't know.
Okay. But he does
She
also
fucked-
try
I
to
guess she fucked.
he does Andy Garcia also tries to feel her vaginal area to see if she's wearing panties or not, is what
Yes.
I thought that was.
Yes.
And she does say no.
Because there was the
so-
lunch, then the panties, and then she's
Yeah.
like, don't do that right now.
Yeah.
And then he's
so-
like, and then he just slaps the shit out of her and he starts yelling in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. And you know what he says in Spanish? I had to look it up.
I can't remember.
Well, yeah.
What does he say in Spanish? I can translate it for you.
A mí me vas a decir mentiras a mí, which means you're going to tell me lies, me.
Yeah, mentirosa is liar.
And he slaps her.
That's cool. It's cool to hear another language.
It's so funny. This movie, the crazy shit they have. Any scene with Richard Gere once he like lets the mask down is great.
Oh yeah, I mean he does break into her house later in the movie, so maybe he broke in before this, stole a pair of panties or something. I don't know.
Can't Andy Garcia just wear a wire himself?
But
for all these conversations,
Richard Gere is very careful about what he says.
Well, he's kicking him and fighting him.
Nah, that's just roughhousing. That's just guys being guys.
They fight at the funeral of the black guy, Michael Beach.
That's not.
They fight at his funeral, and he's like, "Come on, knock it off."
What's he gonna do? File assault charges against him?
Come on, knock it off.
Yeah. It's just boys being boys.
I think it's illegal to fight and hit people.
There's mutual combat, but it's hard to prove.
Oh, he headbutts him in the elevator. I mean, that's highly illegal.
That was tight. Yeah.
It's a dirty move.
And he also and then Andy Garcia gets so mad he throws his chair in the office. They're like, "Hey, calm down."
Whoa, that's too far.
That was before, but yes.
You just hate chairs.
Now, another thing about this movie is it has one of the worst action scenes I've ever seen in a 90s studio film. There's the bad guy from Cobra. He's doing a drug deal, right? Was he the driver?
He was in the car. He
has like the Corvette.
No, when it crashes, it's a Camaro, and when he crashes.
So is he the driver from the murder?
Yeah.
With Billy Baldwin?
That wasn't the bad guy from Cobra. That was not it's some Latino guy, isn't it?
He's not the bad guy from Cobra. He's the bad guy from the opening supermarket scene.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's who I always think of him as. He has like popped cheeks.
Yeah.
And he's really sleazy looking. And then this action scene is so bad. Laurie Metcalf almost gets run over, and she like rolls out the way, and they're running around this like abandoned factory, and then like a dummy. I guess Richard Gere kills the Mexican dude from Cobra, and then he falls, and it looks really bad, and then he dies. And
Dummy's arms are always fucked up.
He gets sniped from a helicopter.
Yeah. Oh, he gets sniped from a helicopter, right?
Yeah. And that dummy when he falls down is really funny.
His arms are like up, like he's like, yay.
It looks terrible because there's like good action from this era.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. And then there's this other scene in this movie that's like really bad where Andy Garcia is like, he's out of his mind. He's lost it. And he's like drunk, drinking tequila, and he's imagining Richard Gere, and he's imagining killing him. And he's imagining Richard Gere banging Nancy Travis, and it's like Eyes Wide Shut. And he's in this like Latin club, and it's so long and it's so boring. It should just cut this fucking scene. I don't know how it ended up in the movie, because movies from this era are like so fast and entertaining. It's just weird. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Okay.
Did you like that part, Adam?
I don't remember that part.
He's in that little back room of the club. It is kind of a not really memorable scene because it doesn't really make any sense, and it didn't actually happen. He was just imagining
he fucks up. Oh, I see. I'm looking at it right now. Oh yeah, I mean, then he sees Richard Gere.
He shoots him and doesn't kill him.
Because the thing is, there are scenes in this movie that are so well directed and so good, like when Billy Baldwin's talking to his wife on the phone, and then the camera pans, and it's revealed that she's literally on Richard Gere's dick, and he's fucking her, and she's on top. Like, that is such a great scene.
I like those pornos where it's like the girl is like talking to her boyfriend, and then she's getting fucked. I don't know what fetish that is, but I do like that.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's cool because it's like they're trying to like not, they're trying to not like vocalize pleasure, but they can't help it.
Yeah. That's
it.
That's it.
But there's something extra twisted about this scene, because like she's like crying, she's like devastated about this, and Richard
she's faking it. She's a
like
whore.
It's just into it.
Ah, she's faking it.
Don't believe her, William.
Yeah, come on,
believe
man.
Mike.
Why would she fake cry on the phone?
And why was she crying afterwards?
To sound more convincing to her man that she's really upset and she needs to talk to him, and she's like, make sure you talk to me one more time before you talk to anybody else.
Why did she fuck him then?
Because
Why is she fucking him?
why is she fucking Richard Gere? Because
he's Richard Gere.
Yeah, she's disloyal. She's a disloyal cunt.
Well, she was being in an abusive relationship. I think she probably kind of left the guy, right?
Well, you answered your own question. Why did you ask me?
Okay,
she has
sorry,
a lady.
Mike.
She has mixed emotions.
I
I think she's all mixed up in the head. She doesn't know what's good and bad. And obviously, Richard Gere is taking advantage of her, isn't she? Isn't he, Mike?
I guess that looked consensual to me.
Richard Gere is the whore.
She was on top. You can't rape someone from the bottom.
What if Richard Gere just died of like a venereal disease in the movie? He's like, my cock hurts. I'm bleeding out of my balls. My dickhead. I got open wounds.
I don't think Meaty is really a death sentence anymore, but yeah, that would be funny.
Like Al Capone starts losing his mind with his open sores.
Is that what happened to Al Capone?
They have a cure for syphilis now, though.
That's the way I want to go.
Syphilis?
Curable syphilis.
Tuskegee style?
Yeah.
The doctor's like, we don't know what's wrong with you, Adam. Like, oh,
I don't want to get it from doing anything, fucking
unsavory.
Yes, thank you. But I'll be a part of an unsanctioned government experiment.
Apparently they have a cure for the superbug. That's a big thing. There's like a new super gonorrhea that doesn't work with normal penicillin.
I have not heard of this.
It's getting stronger.
So there's an actual new antibiotic being introduced to fight this. Yeah, it's big with you get it in your throat and your asshole. It's a big thing in the gay community and straight. You got to rubber up, people. This is my advice. Believe me.
It sucks.
Well,
yeah, not wearing a condom is awesome.
Agreed.
But how can you get strange? How do you cheat?
I'm not a cheater. Usually don't have the option, to be honest.
No, William brings up a good point, Mike.
How do you pick up whores on the street at the hamburger stand?
I prefer fucking one vagina without a condom than fucking
just pour bleach on your dick.
You never just get a little strange, like Hugh Grant, just get a blowjob from a whore.
You never do that, Mike?
I just find a girlfriend that will actually blow me. I'm assuming that's why he went to a whore for a blowjob, because what's her bucket wouldn't do it for him.
Yeah.
Bridget Jones. Don't you think?
Elizabeth Hurley.
Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah. Why else would you go somewhere else when you got that at home?
Dating Elizabeth Hurley when you did that.
Miss Kensington herself.
Jesus.
I was gonna say Elizabeth Shue, but it's Elizabeth Hurley. Either one is super hot.
Speaking of,
remember when Mel Gibson was screaming at his wife over the phone about a blowjob?
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that's the same situation with Hugh Grant.
Oh, Mel Gibson was yelling because he just really wanted a blowjob and he wasn't getting one.
Yes,
I get it. That's frustrating.
She was recording. She was recording, and she was totally manipulating him, and he was the fool in that one.
He played right into it.
They got him.
You know what she wanted, Raymond?
You know what I'm talking about?
She liked it right in the fucking ass. Bam! She smashed his balls.
That's a line in Everybody Loves Raymond too.
But what?
It's coincidence.
He's Raymond at work, but when he's with his Mexican cousin who's like really sleepy, he's Ramon.
Wasn't no, he didn't actually do anything dirty with his illegal cousin friend. I was going to say, doesn't that make Andy Garcia dirty? But he didn't actually do anything dirty.
He didn't even fuck his partner,
Laurie Metcalf.
But they wanted to. Yeah, the lesbian.
I thought they would make some other joke after he called her a dyke over the phone. I thought they would
she's listening
on that somehow and make. Yeah. Obviously, she heard him say that, but then she just totally disregards it. She doesn't say anything.
I liked that they had like a little sizzle, even though that
they both enjoy a nice Pepsi. Just sitting in a car drinking a Pepsi with a straw. A big old cup.
Sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a child in the background of somebody's?
No?
I heard something.
Are you hearing my air conditioner?
Maybe that's what it is.
A child.
I thought I heard a child.
There's no kid here,
Mike's air
man.
conditioner.
It's a fully grown adult air
There's
conditioner.
adults
It's not
only.
a child air conditioner.
Hell yeah. So it's okay when you
There's
fuck
no
it.
kid here.
Yes.
You know, maybe I better turn this
Yeah.
camera off. You know, let's keep things secret.
What do you say?
There's no kids here.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. That'd be cool. Or it wouldn't be cool, but it'd be interesting if William had a prisoner just off screen.
Yeah. You know what he liked at him? He liked being fucked in the ass.
But I mean,
That's cool,
Richard Gere was right. Billy Baldwin was a fool to you. He thought that he was going to rat out his cop buddies and they were just going to let him stay a cop. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
He's a profoundly stupid character, Billy Baldwin.
Yeah, he
And
is
then,
very stupid. Like they know he does drugs. They know he's crooked. Oh, but you give us the other crooked cops and we'll leave you on as a crooked cop. I mean, come on.
And then also, Richard Gere is just so flagrant with his stupid crimes. I mean, this is just not. These aren't smart. These aren't smart crimes. These are dangerous. You're gonna get the whole thing's gonna fall apart.
Like
he feels too much. He's drunk with power, and this is how every cop becomes eventually.
Yes, agreed.
He just likes sex, money, and making business, getting things done, making deals.
I saw a cop. I was driving the other week next to a cop who was driving while texting.
I took a cop to the airport last week that said he missed his flight because he was too drunk and stoned.
Nice.
On weed.
Oh,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
man.
That's a cool cop.
Yeah, he was an Alaskan cop, so he was flying back to Alaska, where he told me he had 3 weeks off, so he'll clear any drug tests. But what a piece of shit.
What was it about you that made him feel like he could say that, you think?
I have no idea. I'm good at I'm pretty good at talking to people.
What if he's not a cop? He's just like a computer salesman.
Yeah, he may have just lied to me completely. I mean, maybe that's the case.
No,
I don't.
no.
But why would he do
He
that?
should have pulled his fucking
Just to
shirt
feel
off.
cool?
He could tell you
should
were
have taken
down.
his shirt off and been like, "You wearing a wire? What is this?"
Felt around there. I asked him
Should
for a
have taken your
cigarette.
shirt
He
off
didn't have it.
first, and then taken his shirt off.
I should have.
You want to go swimming?
Who knows?
And he starts sweating.
Hey man, let's go swimming. You take a shirt. You're taking another guy's
He
shirt.
starts sweating and getting nervous.
wanna go swimming?
He's like, "What is this?"
Oh
we, do
yeah.
have, we have a pool. We do have a pool.
I just think it's funny to be like, "Hey man, let's go swimming." And then you just start taking the other guy's shirt off.
When Laurie Metcalf got shot and they're in the ambulance going to the hospital and she's bleeding to death slowly, and he's like, I gotta make sure I get you another cup of coffee. Or she's like, or you gotta get me another cup of coffee. And he was like, "Don't worry about it."
Sure, I'll hold your hand, babe.
Yeah, that was sweet. I like that. I like their relationship a lot. It's
I
got a
teared
good,
up a tiny bit.
Did she die? Oh no, she did die. Yeah, she did die.
It's like the only good relationship in the movie, actually. Think about it.
Non-dysfunctional, you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I had not thought of that, and I believe you're correct.
I did it. I figured it out.
What about the guy who held Hitler's in the hallway?
Oh yeah, that guy's cool.
He was crooked. He was crooked.
You used to be able to do that in movies.
He used to be able to do that work at the police department.
Yeah.
I think they still
Just
do
a normal
though.
day. It's just a joke. He's doing it as a joke. So now we'd have to go take a course in a seminar.
Hey, I don't like
So,
Hitler. Okay,
what?
I don't think that's funny. That's what I would have done if I was
That's
Andy
what you have to say
Garcia
to the rest of the police.
with the world's sharpest widow's peak.
Yeah, what is he, Dracula?
Sexy Mexican Dracula. Cuban. I'm sorry, Cuban.
Oh, hey, I realized what the child in the back. Well, I thought it was a child in the background. I was playing the movie on a low volume in the background, and then I heard a child. So
And
turns out it was me.
You're the only one who could possibly have children in the background. So
Yeah, that's true. Well, you never know.
at the moment,
That's what you
That's
think,
what you
Mike.
think. But hey, anything's possible. You never know.
Maybe William will get a child one day.
Like Rumpelstiltskin.
Legitimately.
Like Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, he probably will have a surprise at some point.
Hansel and Gretel. He's got like a little German boy and girl and like eating a bunch of candy and chocolate
Like, hey,
just off screen. He's
hey
fattening him
kid,
up.
you want to play Neo Geo Pocket?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you call it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's got an analog stick, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Clicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love playing video games.
You want another lick of my
Thanks, mister.
flavor stick?
Yeah.
Now, did you recognize any Seinfeld actors in this movie, Adam?
Yes, the guy who was wanted Richard Gere to kill his parents. He was the sniffing accountant
Yes.
who they think it was on coke. Oh, am I missing
The
somebody else?
janitor from
I'm gonna.
yes, Breakfast Club, and then also the Mexican guy from Cobra with the pock cheeks. He's in an episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What about John Capochi? Capochi? I feel like he was. I feel like he was on Seinfeld. Chief Healy.
He could have been. The chief is a very
I feel like he's in a lot of
uptight
shit.
guy.
And fucking the guy that hit Heil Hitler guy.
No, that was the lieutenant.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a really high. He's
Let's
really
say,
high up there.
Damn.
What did you think about the guy giving away the Raiders tickets? He's like, "Come on, let him." He's like, "I got Raiders tickets this Sunday." He's like,
Oh yeah, and it's L.A. Raiders
In
at
the
the time,
lockers.
so that makes sense. I love that.
And then Richard Gere like made him give his tickets to that other guy. Is that what he
Yeah.
did?
"Just running them.
That is-
He's running them. He runs their lives."
It's the movie Rampart took a lot of cues from this movie too. I think.
Well, what's funny is this is before the Rampart scandal, I believe. But apparently Daryl Gates did not like this movie and he condemned it in his book.
There was another character that had a name.
Who's Daryl Gates?
He was a chief of police of L.A.
Like Rodney King, that's when he became famous.
Yeah,
And he's also famous in the song
Okay.
Cop Killer. Ice-T calls him out. He's like, "Fuck Daryl Gates."
Hell yeah.
He's
That would be
also
kinda
famous
cool
for
to
the-
get called out in a rap song.
He's also famous for the Police Quest games.
Oh, nice.
You ever play Police
Yeah.
Quest?
My brother got Police Quest SWAT.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever play that one?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That one kind of like freaked me out. I don't know, like the way you like would click on a thing and turn a corner and all of a sudden you'd get shot and you couldn't do anything about it. Like, and you'd have to watch this like weird live action blue screen performance of this old lady shooting you. It's like weird, like that like CD-ROM
Full motion video,
live
baby.
action thing, like Phantasmagoria. Those games like were creepy. I thought they had something unsettling about them.
Yeah, you play
That's
Phantasmagoria
just me. I'm a
now.
little pussy.
You're in for one scary treat.
Oh yeah,
7 discs.
that's the real
Jesus.
scary thing.
Yeah, I like a good full motion video game, you know. So if you know any German children who are interested in that kind of thing, bring them over.
Send them to William's
You
house.
know, I don't have a 3DO, not yet, but maybe I will one day.
Mm.
Or Jaguar CD. These are the things I look at on eBay. If I was in the police force, IAD would be like, he's got a fucking Sega Saturn and a 3DO and a PlayStation. This guy's dirt.
IAD.
This guy's
He's
crooked.
stealing it. You got a laser
He's
disc
loaded.
player? It's 1990. No cop could afford that.
Didn't you say, Mike, that you just heard about like cops, some cop saying they had like a Ferrari or something like that?
The cop in the 7.5, the documentary about crooked
Yeah.
cops. He also drives a Corvette, a red Corvette, not a totally different year, but it was just interesting that they both drove the same car.
That's how he got busted.
Yeah.
Also, he didn't pick up his paycheck for several weeks, which was suspicious because he had so much money.
What
He
a
didn't
fucking
need
idiot.
his
He is
paycheck.
an idiot.
Fucking dumbass. Love how
Well,
dumb
he's
cops
on a lot
are.
of cocaine. Now, this movie is no Bad Lieutenant, right? But it's like the Hollywood version. This is like the glitz and glamour movie star Hollywood version of Bad Lieutenant.
And I like that about that he was a real like brash bad cop. Bad lieutenant. He's just kind of like that guy's just a fucking mess. This guy. He was real like he was hard. He was very devilish. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The bad lieutenant cop, like,
He's just a fucking dope fiend running
yeah,
around.
he would
He's just a
like,
dope fiend with a gun.
He loved crack. He loved coke and
Yeah, I
heroin.
love that scene where he sells him the coke and then buys crack off of him. I love that.
Now, you like this more than Cop with James Woods.
Oh
Is it
yeah,
because it's but you hate the 7-5. He's a dirty cop. What's
because in
like
I like the idea. I like bad guys, and then I like bad cops, and I like bad cops in movies. But in real life, it's wrong, and they need to pick a side. I don't like this wishy-washy bullshit, and it's fucked up to the criminals, the cops that are playing both sides, and I don't like it in real life. I
yeah,
like
nobody's thinking about the criminals who are being
exactly.
confused
That's
by
what I'm
these cops
saying. That's what I'm saying.
that are
You
playing both sides.
you got to pick a side. You can't be both. It's just not right.
What about a criminal who's being a cop?
That's the same
He's
thing.
like, hey, you can't do that.
Oh, he's a criminal that's trying to police other criminals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I
They're
would
like,
prefer.
Jesus,
Yes,
stop trying to play both sides, man. We're criminals.
yes, that's what I prefer. I prefer them. I prefer self-policing to an outside entity, not from my hood, coming in here trying to tell me how to live my life. No, I don't. I don't like that. I'd rather we keep it internal.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You legit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did pick a side. I think the guy in 7-5 picked the side of criminality.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So you want him to retire,
yeah.
quit.
That would be better. Yes, yes. I would. I would prefer him to be like a criminal consultant after retirement. Yes, that would be much better. Kind of like how prosecuting attorneys become defense attorneys after they quit being cops.
It's kind of like when in the pirate days when like somebody from the British Royal Navy would join the pirates. Right?
Or in Mexico, the federales become cartels.
Yeah.
They're like cartel soldiers and like
Yeah.
Damn.
they fuck shit up.
That's how they brought in the army. You'll see, when you go there, you'll see just like the military driving around as the
Yeah.
police.
Oh, I see.
I don't see how this could be so hard to how this could be such a big problem for them. Can't they get like some nice Apache helicopters and just kill everyone and then just go around shooting people? Come on.
The narcos have won. The government's got no money. What if Mexico's broke?
What about come on. All those factory jobs?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. All those high-paying factory jobs. I'm sure they moved them there to make them money.
It's not a big country, right? There's not a lot of different areas and
Mexico
different
City though is like so
terrains.
gigantic.
I think they got some amount of oil, right? But other than that, I don't know about any other natural resources.
Well, I think we should tear off the cocaine. I want American cocaine.
Let's tear it up.
Climate,
I know.
you can't grow it here.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, like
Can we fucking
coffee.
what about the fentanyl?
We could manufacture fentanyl. Yes, we should move fentanyl manufacturing from well the homegrown business they killed is homemade meth. That's all. I mean that's a skill.
Those were our jobs.
Bring
I mean
back
those
American jobs.
They're the modern moonshiners, and now they're just out of first you criminalize Sudafed, then you send the shit to Mexico, and then Mexico outsources it to China, and it's just those are American jobs.
Bullshit, man.
Hell's
Globalists.
Angels.
They're small businesses that you're exporting. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. People gotta make money. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean the skill and the knowledge it takes to learn how to cook crystal meth, and then you hand that down to the generations. I mean,
Yeah. They're all brilliant chemists,
it's
like
a
in
shame.
Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's
They're
funny.
scientists.
Yeah, gotta be.
So
Yeah, I mean those meth labs though, they're dangerous. They blow up, they kill people, they
Oh
ruin
my
apartment
God.
buildings.
Big deal.
Is that a lot of big propaganda?
Yeah.
I've never seen a meth lab explode, so and it must not have happened.
All right, all right. Well, what's our ratings? What do we give this movie? I gave first time I saw it, I gave it 3 stars. This time I gave it 3.5. I enjoy the movie. I can't say it's objectively good. Like it's objectively a bad movie in a lot of ways, but the characters are so good. It's entertaining. It's like
Yeah,
I
it
what can you
delivers.
say? It delivers.
It's a good
This is what we
ensemble
got.
too. This is quite an ensemble.
I do like how every character is cast with a really cool actor.
Yeah.
That's important.
3.5 is a good rating, I think. You're gonna have a good time.
I was gonna go all the way up to 4.5,
Hell yeah.
but I think
No, stick with
I'm
don't,
gonna
Mike.
pull it. I'm gonna pull it back down to just a straight 4.
Don't be scared.
Richard Gere is phenomenal in this movie.
Is this your favorite Richard Gere movie?
Ah, man, I'm trying to think of
You're a Pretty Woman guy.
Primal Fear is pretty cool. But I would say yes, this is my favorite Richard Gere movie. He was so good in this. And the biggest thing that I like about this movie is that the cops are bad. They make the cops out to be bad guys, which you never see that in movies now,
Even if they weren't doing like the really bad shit, they were still doing bad shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's fun to watch. So
yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And I mean,
I just like this guy.
he was doing bad shit. He was killing people. I mean,
yeah. But he's also like, they're doing casual. They're like fucked up, but they're bad husbands and shit.
yeah,
Like,
they're wife beaters and all that. Yeah,
yeah.
I like his sexual charisma too. I like that he's banging lots of chicks.
Hell
I
yeah.
like that he's horny.
He's wearing a
and
pop collar.
hell yeah.
He reminds me of my dad. It's like very similar kind of lifestyle. It's just like
And at the end there,
complete chaos.
At the end there, he didn't even have
Fucking
time.
where you eat,
Yeah.
just shitting where you eat everywhere you go, and you're just like, come on, man, this is gonna fall apart.
He didn't
very
even
quickly.
he didn't even take off his fucking uniform at the end. He was fucking in his cop uniform. Like
Tova.
Yeah, like take that shit off. What are you doing?
Maybe
Just
that's part of the
humping her in
kink
front of her
for
husband.
Tova.
Yeah.
This is another thing. Like if you're out there, you're not getting laid, just look like you fuck really good. And it's like, and study Richard Gere. Just
Fake it till you
Just
make
Look
it.
like
horny all
Richard
the time.
Gere.
yeah, look like Richard Gere.
That's our advice.
What I didn't
Have you ever stuck
Go ahead.
your hand in a girl's between her legs who was married at a business meeting?
hell
Maybe it's something you should try.
yeah, definitely. What's the
You
worst
know?
that could happen?
It could lead to something sexual. It could just lead to a new friend.
Yeah.
You never know.
I didn't learn early on that it's very difficult to just pick out a person and then fuck them. You got to practice on a couple softballs that just get tossed at you. Being able to find a person and be able to select that person and make them attracted to you, that takes practice. You're gonna
What
have
is-
to.
Beggars.
You're gonna have to-
beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take a couple L's, a couple okay looking ones, and just
Who are
kind
these
of.
softballs?
And then
Is that you're describing the shape of the woman?
Well, and
And-
yeah,
Ball,
I mean,
softball.
basically, yeah. The easy ones.
these aren't speedballs. These aren't speedballs.
No,
these
no.
aren't fastballs.
This is soft
These
pitch.
aren't corkscrews.
No.
I hear you.
You know
I
what I
hear you,
mean?
fellas.
See his.
What I do is
Okay, let's hear it. Drop the knowledge.
you go and you go on Tinder and you just swipe right on every woman. You'll get laid. Just trust me.
Yeah, so basically that's what I was doing in real life. I've just
Just
never
always
used
say
a
yes.
dating app. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
that's cool.
course. Yeah.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Not no, ma'am. Not married with children. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.